that funky slide guitar music that comes in every night, Monday through Friday. Live at 5 on the Evil FB Network YouTube. Check us out, subscribe, type in iNews, where Roy Blecker. You'll see my nice, smiling, shining face. Of course, we'll join the mighty Met, 1490 a.m. at the bottom of the hour, as we usually do. And I hope... What a day. Although, this one, we'll get to the trashing of California. Actually, California was part of a lawsuit that sued, or Meta settled for billions of dollars of, addicting kids to their platform. Who would have even thought of that? A lot of the other pick up more in the Tiregate. Corey Jackson, is he Mr. Fraud? We ask the question. The ever-increasingly political clout California public employee unions, and I emphasize that public employee unions are gathering all over this state. But despite all the fun stuff that's went on today, actually, it's going to the voter registration, had a couple questions on filing the rebuttal arguments against the people that are for trying to extend the measure a half-a-cent sales tax here in Riverside County to screw up our roads worse, as they've already done for almost 40 years. More taxes does not equal more services, as we have so far come to find out. But here we are. But this, as I'm driving to the voter registration, I see this fun sign sitting out in front, or there at Paris and Cottonwood, less than a quarter mile from the studios here. And I go, holy cow. How could we be so... Where did this come from? Entity that you could possibly have, bar none. He's cost us $2 million in a settlement the city of Moreno Valley he had, in a lawsuit that the Thomases filed, where he was trying to shut them up because they dared criticize baby Jesus at the council meetings. And prove me wrong, ULISES. Come in here and prove me wrong that that wasn't it. Give you every opportunity, as we say, to come in studio. And I'll let you give your side of the story. You're free to do that anytime you like. As far as I know. So come on in. $2 million these cost us. The October surprise. The October surprise. Where he illegally, along with his colleague, disgraced former council member David Marquez, illegally appointed LaDonna Jemsom to the council October 19th, 2021. Where it gets sticky is this whole flock camera deal. People are pissed about these flock cameras, and I believe rightly so. Legitimate questions are being asked about the flock cameras. We've run the pieces, people destroying them. Now, we don't advocate destroying anyone's property. But he was a main charge in these flock cameras. So I go down to the next block as I'm cruising down Cottonwood west to the ROV. Dang, if there's one at Indian and Cottonwood. Unfit to lead on Ulysses Cabrera is maybe the understatement of the year. Hands down, bar none. But the whole flock camera, and this one is fascinating. When Flock 2 years ago rolled these things out, the license plate readers, monitors, and people are asking legitimate freedom questions and your right to be surveilled without a warrant. There were hardly any of these things around. Today, they're in practically every city, town in America. To represent flock cameras in other areas, to try to get other cities, counties to put these flock surveillance cameras in. He worked for him a couple months and then he filed a lawsuit, among other things sexual harassment, because another man sitting next to him in a meeting bumped his knee up against his. That case got appeared to be settled, and he's no longer representing Flock. But he was more than willing not only to get them as mayor into Moreno Valley, and there's a whole question of where did the $3 million come to fund those cameras? Well, we already had a camera system we put up 12 years ago that was working perfectly fine. And wasn't license plate reading, and wasn't recording everything everyone is doing in the city, or where they're moving to, or possibly why, or, oh, you got that Trump bumper sticker on your truck. And then we've had the cops and others using them to spy on their wives and girlfriends and so forth. But when you add it all up, he definitely is unfit to lead. You look at everything in his 7 years, and then we get to the term limits. He's known for 6 years that the city attorney 6 years ago wrote an opinion that the mayor is exempt from the Measure I term limits that people passed by 79% in 2014. and has not even said anything about it, has not said, hey, we need to put this on the ballot and make sure that that's what the people meant, or this. I have a long string of emails, and I think he's ineligible under the term limits. 3 consecutive terms, because he did 1 term as council member, and the mayor is considered a member of the city council, so he served 1 term as council member. 2018 to 2022, 1 term as first term as mayor, which is his 2nd consecutive council term. Council member at large, as Tom Owings and everybody explained. Then was reelected in 24 to mayor. There's your 3rd term. Under the term limits law, he has to sit out 2 years. He knew about this. He's the only one on the dais that's still on the dais that was addressed in that legal opinion from 6 years ago. So what we have in Ulysses Cabrera is not a baby Jesus, but a demon who will, if you don't support him, he will stomp all over you. He will use lawfare to try to shut you up or take away your rights and prove me wrong. He's voted for every tax-raising measure in the city of Moreno Valley, or supported it. I don't know, I haven't seen his vote. Let's say supported it at the council, put him on the ballot. Now the full flock cameras. On top of the surveillance, why did we need these? Why did we need $3 million, and where did it come from? Well, we already had a perfectly good functioning camera system, and most of the flock cameras I've seen are sitting right next to the cameras we paid for and owned 12 years ago. The signs say they're paid for, I think, by the First Amendment Coalition or something or other. I've heard reports they're popping up all over the city. I just seen the first 2 today. I hope there's many more, as they say, showing up or being posted all over the city, and there's a definite campaign out there to get rid and unelect. Let's use the term limit in November 3rd. It's called Election Day. That's the real term limit. Vote them out. This cat definitely needs to go. He runs a clown show of a meeting. He's been on the dais almost, I believe, 9 years. He was first elected to council as a young pup in 2017 with, I believe, a gadzooks of Highland Fairview money. I think, memory serves me right, it was $250,000 plus. Highland Fairview spent to get him that seat, his first council seat, when he was 18 or 19 years old. To today. Now we have a track record. And the grade is wrong. The grade should be Z minus, and he's trying to add letters lower in the alphabet, because that isn't as big a failure as he has been as mayor and council member. and Corey Jackson lackey. Corey Jackson was the main benefactor of him and Erland Gonzalez's mayor and 3rd District Council campaign. Yes, that same Corey Jackson who's been mentoring kids at Moreno Valley Unified and other school districts for over a decade. Started the failed SBX project on Paris Boulevard, where $3.9 million wound up in a failed foster youth, homeless youth shelter that the county had to put in addition. That was federal funds, so all you in the other 49 states participated in that. The county, just at the beginning of the year, had to put $1.8 million to try to save another Corey Jackson, Ulysses Cabrera failed project. Remember, Ulysses Cabrera, a year ago, or a little over a year ago, was trying to sneak in on that same failed Paris Boulevard project. Or somebody trying to slide it into the consent calendar to get $8 or $10 million of state funds to pour into a failed SBX Corey Jackson founded organization and project. The corruption goes much deeper. When Corey put that project together with the county of Riverside using federal funds, he was an elected member because he got elected, first elected office I know of, got elected to the Riverside County Board of Education. Most people don't even know that we have a Board of Education county-wide. We have 7 members here in Riverside County. He won it in 2020. In 2021, he puts together he has the discussions with the county as a county elected official with the county of Riverside and puts together this $3.9 million project, which wound up in a vast amount, I believe, of corruption and failure. And Ulysses Cabrera, or whom, in the city tried sneaking more city to get involved, and the state of California to dump tens of millions of dollars into this. Well, that $6 million that just came from all of you in the state of California through your taxpayer money into his. And Corey, you can come in and defend it, or prove me wrong, racist organization card. I will give you the opportunity to convince me to change my mind. Moreno Valley has been an S show since December 3rd, 1984, when we officially became a city in the state of California. Tis not getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse. By the minute, by the hour, by the day, month, year, decades. We got to stop torturing ourselves. We've got to vote out corrupt, arrogant, disingenuous, narcissistic, gonna be nice people, elected members like Ulysses Cabrera. His reign of terror as an elected official needs to stop. November 3rd, 2026 in Moreno Valley.
All right, we got 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
And he should never be elected again. As Jesse said, we'll be joining the Mighty Red KMT here in a few seconds, and we'll carry on.
3 seconds. Here we go.
App today. IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMBT, its management, employees, or affiliates.
There's that funky slide guitar music that comes on every Monday through Friday live at 5:30 on the Mighty Red 1490 AM, broadcasting all over the Inland Empire in the aforementioned AM band. Joining our vast video audience on the Evil FB Network YouTube. Check us out, subscribe, type IE Newswire Roy Blecker. You'll see my nice smiling, shining face. Hopefully we'll have Susan Shelley on tomorrow. She had another engagement she had to attend tonight, so hopefully we'll have Susan Shelley on tomorrow. I know a lot of people like to hear her insights, columns, and what's going on in the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, because she's way more articulate and smarter than I am at bringing you the news and views and hopefully the corrective measures we need to take. Howard Jarvis Taxpayers is put on Yes on 43 to protect Prop 13 to make it harder and even, not really harder, more legitimate to pass taxes, which is what Prop 13 started out in 1978. How many millions of people's homes have been saved, or they haven't been not saved, they've not been kicked out of because the property taxes were getting jacked up in the 70s like nobody's business. Millions of people are still in a home because of Prop 13, and we need to get Yes on 43. We've been through the whole Ulysses Cabrera, baby Jesus. This sign, as I rolled out today at Paris Boulevard and Cottonwood, vote out Mayor Cabrera, raise taxes, cost the city $2 million in lawsuits. Flock cameras. They forgot to put the October surprise, the illegal appointment of LaDonna Jepson on the city council, unfit to lead. We rolled the first half hour of the show out, and we'll definitely, till November 3rd, be on this train like nobody's business. Because the real term limits, and he's trying to skirt those two, didn't inform the city. No, the mayor isn't. The term limits you voted for 79% and not 2014 in Marina Valley, chuck that on the mayor's office. According to the city attorney, it doesn't apply. That only applies to the council members. Basic middle finger to you, the citizen and voter. We don't care how you vote. We don't care if you vote for the death penalty. We're just not going to do it. We don't care if you vote 66%. Do not go daylight savings time, standard time every year, halfway through the year, screw us all up. No, pick one and we're done with it. Oh, we're not doing that. And a whole host of other things. That will definitely be a story that we're going to follow like nobody's business. I get my head out of the way. Another thing we got to do, if you're in Moreno Valley, elect Joanne Martinez-Stephan for the City Council. That's District 2. Seat currently held, I'll get it out, by Ed Delgado. Mainly, except a little section, mainly, most everything north of the freeway is District 2. North of the 60 freeway is District 2. So make sure, not only vote, get out there and campaign. Tell your friends and neighbors, get a yard sign. If you need one, get a hold of me. I'll get it to you. But man, we got to, along with all the other stuff. Now, I ran that poll that UC Berkeley did that the California Post commissioned. had Baccaria, or Hilton within 8 points of Baccaria. And I'm not getting overly excited about that. But let's make that a trend. You know, I'd love to be wrong about the little Stevie Hilton can't beat Baccaria. I mean, I said there was like a 2% chance. I mean, you know, you never say never until the election is certified. Maybe people in California, from the governor's race down to the sewer cleaning commissioner, school boards, and maybe we'll get into it tomorrow or Friday, at the crime syndicate, Moreno Valley Unified. They refer to our kids as body count multiple times. Body count. When do you usually hear the word body count? Airplane crash, body count is 300 dead. In the Afghanistan war, we lost 13 soldiers, 4 from the Inland Empire. The body count is up to 13. Hurricane Louise busted through Florida. The body count is 243 and counting, one of the highest winds, meanest hurricanes that's ever been through the recorded history of the world. That's where you associate the word body counter, usually in the context. You hear it as some sort of natural disaster, you know, war casualties, things like that. You don't refer to our kids as a body count. And it was about declining enrollment and all that. But just as the fact that they are so callous and their heart is so hard. Not even adults, but to refer to kids. 30,000 kids in Moreno Valley Unified School District as a body count. Really goes to show you what they're all about. It's all about the dollars. That's all they care about. And that's all they talked about as well. We're declining enrollment. We're losing so much money. We're still getting $28,000 per kid. The ones that show up and are enrolled. And you know why they're not. Holy Moses. Hopefully we'll get deeper in the well. On that whole situation. Let's get to that. You know, with that new poll out by UC Berkeley, commissioned by the California Post, to the point is the news report of the campaign of Stevie Hilton and Javier Baccaria. See what she says.
Has been up and down the state heading into the fall election, while Democrat Javier Becerra is taking a much different approach. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen joins us to break down the strategy behind both campaigns.
Well, Alex, right now, the latest polling in this race from UC Berkeley shows Becerra leading Hilton by nearly 20 points. It comes as media access to Javier Becerra has been a challenge, something we have experienced firsthand here at ABC 10. Steve Hilton, on the other hand, has been much more accessible. Political strategists tell me this may be by design.
If Javier Becerra went on vacation to the Bahamas between now and November 3rd, he's going to be the next governor of California.
Gary South is a longtime Democratic strategist. He's worked on Governor Gavin Newsom and Gray Davis's campaigns. South believes Javier Becerra will win this November regardless of strategy, saying Becerra laying low could be the best option right now.
Candidates are naturally risk averse. I mean, they don't want to make mistakes. They don't want to say something that gets hung around their neck.
Since the June primary, Becerra has held and attended minimal public appearances compared to his opponent, Republican Steve Hilton. In early August, Becerra quietly left in the middle of a press conference outside the Capitol and did not stop to talk to media. ABC 10's State Matters reporter Jenny Huh was able to get a short comment from Becerra if he'd accept the debate challenge from Hilton.
We'll be doing lots of debates as a
So you're accepting the challenge by your opponent?
It's still unclear if or when this debate will happen. Democratic strategist Michael Trujillo has worked on former LA Mayor Antonio Villarosa's campaign and Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. He believes being a frontrunner is new territory for Becerra.
He's always been a second chair and letting someone else make the news, whether that be the president or the governor or the Speaker of the House. And so this is a little unusual for him, and he's only had 4 months to get used to this new dynamic. My hope and prayers are that, once Labor Day comes, we start seeing that tortoise drinking more Gatorade.
While it's to be seen how Becerra spends his time until November, the California Republican Party says Hilton's campaign will continue its momentum, eager to break the Democratic streak.
They're reaching out to every corner of their community. They're campaigning on a better California. Everybody knows that our state's headed in the wrong direction, and that's because we have a one-party rule.
In a phone call, Hilton tells ABC 10, quote, "This is exactly the kind of arrogant behavior you expect after 16 years of one-party rule," adding that Becerra is taking voters for granted, believing he can become governor without campaigning. A spokesperson for Javier Becerra tells ABC 10 that in the coming weeks, Secretary Becerra will be traveling up and down the state to talk solutions around challenges like cost of living, housing, and health care. And we also spoke with the California Democratic Party today. They tell us the party is proud to endorse Becerra, and they will work hard to help elect him as a...
That's going to be a very interesting take. Can they hide Javier Baccaria like they did Joe Biden in the basement during COVID? Can they hide him on the 500,000 kids as he was HHS secretary under Biden? That a majority of them were sold or given to the cartels or whoever wanted them to sell them into sex or labor slavery. How this guy is even a choice is like almost beyond comprehension. But again, look at this coming out against Cabrera. We'll see if the UC Berkeley poll is a trend, as they say, or is it going to be just a flash in the pan or anomaly? That we will find out in the coming weeks. But it's going to be it may be a pretty hot campaign here in California. Mainly for this reason. Look at this dump of a system that is in UC Berkeley, and they're letting it ride. The vagrants are running the show. We go.
Over conditions at this homeless encampment in Berkeley prompted us to post it on social media. Many of you reached out looking for an explanation. So we put our 10 toes down and walked the length of the encampment. Piles of garbage spilling onto the streets, which many claim are their personal and valuable property. Most people here were open to talk about their circumstances.
I've been out of work for a while, and I'm just going through some stress and some mental health problems of my own.
Ramondo Mackey has lived in this encampment for 1 year.
We've been here less than a month because our car was impounded right on 7th Street, so we were living in our car before that.
This man named Julio has lived in a makeshift wooden structure for a year, he says, surrounded by rats. When we first found him, he was battling a serious eye infection brought on by sorting out dirty, empty cans. We had questions for Berkeley's city manager.
This has been going on for years and years and years, yet the city can't seem to solve it.
The city has worked really hard to solve this. It's been incredibly litigious. We are still in an active litigation.
Litigation?
Listen to the double talk from the city manager, Paul Bunnenhag. Oh, well, we can't. We've tried. Paul, this has been going on for decades, and it's gotten worse and worse and worse. You can't clean this up. Why are you letting these people live in squalor? Why are you exposing that? Look at the guy's getting an eye infection from going through the dirty cans. And that's probably one of the lesser amounts. We all know. Now they want to have brothels over there so the vagrants can have sex with each other. Oh, God. Here we go.
Really hard to solve this. It's been incredibly litigious. We are still in an active litigation.
Litigation? Hold on. Because in 2024, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that cities could enforce local anti-camping laws, and that would not constitute cruel and unusual punishment.
Thank you, ABC 10, for calling them out on their BS. What do you mean litigation? Remember, we had the bad ruling. It was overturned. Supreme Court said, no, you can go in there. It's a public health hazard. COVID was not, this is.
It's the reason San Francisco was able to remove tents from the sidewalks. But here's the rub. Berkeley, unlike other cities, does not have a no camping law. That's why even though in July Berkeley posted notices to vacate the area,
it's as simple as that. All you have to do, Paul, is get the city council to adopt a no camping ordinance, as San Francisco did. Holy freaking cow. A third grader could figure this stuff out. Yet Paul, who's probably making mega millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year is his compensation. Probably 300,000, 400,000, maybe 500,000 a year. And he can't get the vagrants out? I mean, what went around, switching gear. My head's going to explode again. Switching gears. 23 attorney generals across the strait sued Meta, Facebook, the evil FB network, in the latest suit of, hey, you knew you were doing a lot of harm to kids, addicting to them, manipulating them, whatever. They just settled that lawsuit for $17 billion. About $2 billion of it will be coming to California. And one of the lawsuits probably Rob Bonta should have filed, and they got a settlement on, is this one. Here's his words. Here we go.
That, if entered by the court, resolves the claims of our case and institutes real change, real transparency, real protections for children and teens across the country that will be implemented over the coming months. Meta has agreed to make significant changes that will reduce the risk of harm that Instagram and Facebook pose to teen users. Daily time limits and blocks on nighttime use.
We're going to see if that really comes to fruition. Because again, California's going to get $2 billion of this. I wonder where it's going to go. Like to $6 million to Corey Jackson, to the nonprofit cart he founded with one employee, and they held a couple Zoom meetings or something. Vaya caramba. It seems to be like every day. Every day there seems to be 16 gazillions assaults on our liberties. Yet each day it seems like it doesn't get, I mean, even if we try to take a quarter of a step forward, it seems like somebody's kicking us in the gut and we're going 6 steps back. Maybe we'll have enough guts to fix this, or at least start slowing it down here on November 3rd. Got to get people out. We got to make this count. Or you want them to feel like the school district here. You want them referring to your kid. This is how they see your kids, as a body count. Body count. Not students, our children, our most precious. No, body count, body count, body count. It's beyond thoroughly depressing. This one, and this is another part of it. Hopefully in the next Thursday and Friday we'll get more in depth to this. It's getting so hard to try to get all this stuff in, obviously. But like, this is the latest by Chris Rufo and Kenneth Schrupp. California's billion-dollar union machine, how public sector unions harvest taxpayer cash and rule the state. We've got the whole billionaire tax fiasco. And they're going to start with that. They're not going to stop there. Not only we're going to tax your income, or if you sell something, we're just going to if your home goes up or your stocks go up, and but you don't sell them, you don't move from your house, we'll just tax them. No wonder Newsom's selling. Which is not odd. 2 years ago he buys a mansion in San Fran, or in Sacramento. 2 years for $3.5 million. It's on the market now for over $7.5, over twice as much in 2 years. What real estate has more than doubled in the United States in the last 2 years? Barring that he went on some grand expansion project and made the house twice as big. It's like 10,000 square feet with 12 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms and yada, pool and everything else. No wonder he's putting it up on the market. I wonder if the new Marin one's going to be sold too. Or the new San Fran one. This stuff is just getting out of control by the minute, by the second. Body count and kids. Great Amy Reichert down there in San Diego uncovered this. You don't think that, oh, we're not indoctrinating your kids. Sonia Shah's a meanie over there at Chino Valley. Listen to this. Hopefully.
And depending on whether it's just try this tomorrow, just you and me, or whether the child wants to be more public, we move into step 3 of creating a gender support plan. This plan is linked in here for anyone to look at the slide later if you want. This is basically a document full of questions. If I say, oh yeah, my parents know what I'm doing, then the parents are in the room with us and we're writing this plan. Part of the plan is asking, what is going to be your new name, your new pronouns, what bathroom are you going to use, who else on the school needs to know, who should not know, and we make it very clear it's all driven by the child for their safety. They tell us who needs to know and who doesn't need to know, and that whole plan is very dynamic. We often have kids come to us and start with only wanting a few people to know, and then they come back and they're like, oh, I'm cool with everybody knowing now. Once they get the acceptance, they're often very willing to make it bigger pretty quickly. We have some children, though, it is still, my parents can't know, it has to be private. So if we're the parents can't know, then the parents are not in the plan.
Oh no, we don't. We're not telling kids. Oh, no, we're not telling the parents what's going on with their kids. That Johnny wants to be known as Juanita. Oh, we got to keep it from them. Amy Inglesworth in Ensenadas Union School District. Oh, Sonia Shah's lying about this never happens. And holy Moses and cow. Oh, man. Seems to get better every day. Are we really in the quickening, as Art Bell used to say? I don't know, but it's increasingly looking like that's the way we're going. The big question is, do we got the guts, the balls to stop it? Is it going to be on to victory? Or are we going to experience the agony of defeat? That'll do it for today. But as we usually say at this time, mandatory you're back here in 23 Hours Why. You're the best darn show in the whole wide world. Until then, see ya.
All right, I will talk to you tomorrow.
Hopefully we'll get Susan to call in and test us.
Hopefully she gets the double alarm set.
I'll try to remember to ding her so we do that, so we need to figure that. I guess you're going to be in Friday too?
Yes, I'll be here Friday.
Maybe if that doesn't happen, maybe I'll try to, if she can't come in Friday, I'll try to get somebody else to come in and we'll see. Because I want to see if we get this done. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Later.
Yep, sounds good.